Hello everybody, welcome to Badass Benny 1010 channel. If you are a survivor, AMAC, and sex human trafficking, you're in the right channel. Um, and I would like to talk about a story that was written by somebody unknown about the confusion between sex and rape. And I think this is a really good story, and I hope that you can take something from it. Excuse me. Says, Dear Editor, as a rape victim, it seems to me that most people, even those who are sympathetic toward the victim, do not fully understand the nature of forcible rape. I believe that most view this crime as forced sex or intercourse, in the sense that this intercourse does not differ much in a psychophysiological respect from consensual intercourse. Hence, men seem incapable of understanding what rape means to women. Forcible rape is not in any normal sense intercourse. In most cases, the lubrication of the vagina required for normal completed intercourse does not exist since petting has not occurred. As a result of this crucial aspect, as well as the fact that the victim is usually in a traumatized state immediately preceding the rape, and thus the muscles at the entrance to the vagina are not relaxed, penetration cannot either easily or immediately occur. What does happen in that the rapist repeatedly batters with his penis the very delicate and sensitive features lying outside the vagina, causing tissues to tear and to bleed. When the force of the thrusting eventually results in the penis entering the vagina, it enters usually no more than a few inches, and again the tissues, this time the lining of the vagina, are repeatedly with each thrust ripped and torn. As it can be imagined, forcible rape is traumatically painful. I believe that it's the most painful ordeal that an individual can undergo and still live afterward. When I was being raped, I felt as though I was being repeatedly stabbed with a knife in the most sensitive areas of my body. Near the end, I was in shock. I felt numb, I could feel no pain, but I knew that the rapist was tearing me apart inside. Hours after the attack, the pain returned, and excuse me, and I felt as though I had been set on fire. Although I bled for only a few days, the pain lasted for weeks. What harm does it do? Some of the flesh of my external genitalia has been battered away. It simply does not exist anymore. Other areas are torn and snagged. Some of the flesh can be pulled apart. Most of my hymen has been obliterated, with a ragged circular edge of tissue left in its place. Inside my vagina, the muscles at the entrance are damaged, and I fear that this will adversely affect any future sexual intercourse that I engage in. Polyps have developed immediately before and at the entrance to my vagina, as the tissues of the lower part of my vagina will remain ripped. Thus not only do painful people, excuse me, thus not only do people fail to comprehend the severe pain involved in a rape or the length of time that the victim must suffer, they also do not understand that the physical damage done to the genitalia organs does not repair itself with time, and that rape is mutilating, disfiguring crime. Haskell states that the integratedness that which a woman experiences love and sex and herself is what makes rape devastating. But this is not the whole truth, because there is no sex in rape. There's only pain, traumatic physical pain, and I believe that this is what makes rape devastating. Perhaps her victory best explains the rampant fear of rape as experienced by the majority of women who have never been and will never be raped, and who therefore do not anticipate having their vaginas ripped and torn for 15 minutes, but rather some sort of sex. I have listened to many women say that it is probably better to submit to rape than endanger one's life by resisting, all the while knowing in my heart that they had no ideas as to the kind of hell they would be in for. I presume they felt that they would be submitting to sex. I myself could not have imagined what rape was really like until it happened. I think this confusion between sex and rape is largely responsible for the male fantasies of it as being pleasurable for the victim, for its glorification in the movies as such, and the relatively light sentences imposed by the judges on convicted rapists, as well as for Haskell's interpretation. And this person's name is withheld in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And so I hope that this story helps you with the difference between sex and rape.